Hey guys, Audrey and Rebecca from Inbox Academy here. Today we're tackling a question that we hear all the time. Which is better, social media or email marketing? If you have ever felt like you're pouring time and energy into social media but not seeing any real revenue, you are not alone. And if you're building an email list but wondering how it compares to social media, we've got you. In this video, we're going to break down the key differences, the pros and the cons of both, and why email marketing ultimately drives more sales and long-term success.
Yeah, so we're not going to totally bash social media here. Obviously, we're email pros and we love email. But there are some problems with relying completely on social media. So, the problem number one is you really don't own your audience at all, right? The algorithm decides who to put your content in front of, and those algorithms change, sometimes on a daily basis.
Mhm.
And so your reach, your visibility is really unpredictable on social media. And in addition, accounts can get hacked and shut down. And we've heard this happen. Probably you've heard it from many stories and many different creators on the internet. It can be devastating when that happens. So, in addition to that, sometimes the organic reach of social media is just really unpredictable. So you might have a post that goes viral and then you have posts that might reach only 5% or less of your audience and they can really, it doesn't happen to be the posts that you actually wanted to get in front of your audience that does. So that makes it really, really difficult to use social media the way that maybe you're expecting to use it. In addition, engagement doesn't equal conversions. So, likes and follows, they don't always turn into sales. So, if you're using social media to grow your business, it can really be tricky because you're not actually creating that return on investment that you're hoping for. In addition, social media is noisy, right? You're competing with endless other distractions, other creators, memes and viral songs and everything else. So you're really not getting the undivided attention of your subscribers.
Yeah, and I would like to add like how it could be so draining, right? It's so draining for so many people as business owners or social media managers. You hear this a lot. Like it's just like if they don't love social media can be so incredibly draining. Like you said, the scrolling and all that, but that leads to like the comparison, right? Like and then sometimes somebody that has the most beautiful, like successful account puts out the most bland, like raw, real video, and then that's doing good. And then you're like, what do I do? So, just that, I think for some people to know that social media, you don't have to show up on social media every single day and deal with the algorithm and the endless scrolling, like you said, and all of that to be successful with the business.
Yes. And I don't know about you, but social media is a bit of a black hole for me. If I get on to post something for my business, I feel like I'm being productive and then half an hour goes by and I realize that I'm scrolling. So um, that's just one other caveat around social media in your business.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I just want to talk a tiny bit about why email marketing is more powerful. Again, we're not like bashing social media and all for email, but the truth of the matter, from what we see, it is more powerful. And here is why. You own your email list. Okay. There's no algorithms like what we just talked about, deciding who sees your content, just to pour your heart into something that means so much to you, of like a reel or something. And then you only get like a few views, like I said, versus something that was just meaningless and it goes viral, right? Like that can be disheartening sometimes. Um, the other reason is email lands directly in the inbox, right? So it's giving you a higher chance of being seen and acted on. It's direct line. And that's what I love about it. The person on the other side has said, yes, I want to hear from you. And then you get to deliver. And the chances of them seeing what you're delivering is so much higher. Again, it's so much higher. So that means your average open rates are going to be 20 to 30%, which is a really, really good number. And Audrey and I on regular, we see even higher than that, right? A lot of our clients is 50, 60%. And that is a lot of people, especially if you have a nice size list. Versus social media, that's about 5% or less. I mean, those numbers are huge, right? 20 and 30% and 5%. So the other thing that I love and Audrey and I love about email marketing is the stats, right? The analytics. We get to see those open rates, but then we also get to see who didn't open those emails. And if we want to do like a resend or we want to figure out another way to approach and get those people to open the email, maybe it's tweaking the subject line, adding some different curiosity techniques. We had the ability to literally have a list in front of us saying, here's everyone who didn't see your message. And we get to say, okay, let's try again with these people. We can't really do that on social media. And
Yeah.
again, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I I just want to say for people who, are thinking that like, oh, 50 to 60% open rates, that's just unreasonable. It's really not. It's totally possible, even with a really large list, to really, when you're sending out the right kind of content and segmenting correctly so that you're getting the right things in front of the right people, those 50 to 60% open rates are really attainable.
Yeah, yeah, they absolutely are. And then that brings you to a higher ROI within email marketing, right? So on average, for every dollar spent on email, the business will then average about $42 back in revenue. So that's huge. Obviously that number can fluctuate. You can see, 38, 36%. I've seen some go up as high as $46 dollars, not percent, sorry, dollars. $46. So the ROI is fantastic. And it's so nice for either you as the business owner or for you as a freelancer managing for a client to be able to actually see numbers and see how it's converting what you're making. And I just love that. So and then the last thing I want to point out of why email is so powerful is that it's less noise, right? We talked about social media being so noisy, and email is less. I mean, they are already interested. They're not just random social media scrollers. These people want to hear what you have to say. It's kind of cutting through the fluff. And I don't know about you, but I'm not a fluff girl. I don't enjoy small talk. I don't like the whole thing that I feel like you have to do with social media. You're cutting through that. You're cutting through it and you're immediately getting to people who want to hear from you. So it really comes down to, would you rather fight an algorithm for reach or would you rather have a direct line to your audience? And I'm pretty sure you can guess what we would rather have.
As we said, this isn't a total social media bashing party. We do believe that social media has its place, it has its uses. And so now we're going to talk a little bit about when to use each one. Because essentially, if your goal is reach and visibility, then you want to get new eyeballs on your brand and your messaging. That's when social media is really going to be helpful, right? Getting you in front of even non followers who have never seen you before and potentially growing that visibility. So, reach is great for social media. And when you're really looking to start nurturing those leads and, creating a relationship with them, and eventually leading to direct sales, that's when you really want to rely on email. And so there's kind of a great strategy here, right, where we can combine them both. And that is using social media to lead to your email list.
Yeah. And that's even what we do, right? We use social media, we get everything out there. Would we have a new lead magnet or we have a mini series or anything that we want to direct people to? We're going to put it all out on social media. We want to show up in front of new people there, right? But like you said, the goal is that they're going to come onto our list and we're going to continue a relationship there. So yeah, I'm big on that one as well. I I don't know.
Yes. So definitely making sure that your posts lead towards that email list, that, you have your email sign up linked in your Instagram bio, in your YouTube descriptions, all of those places. And making sure that you are giving regular CTAs to move people from one to the other.
Yeah, and like Audrey said, like if your goal is to reach, again, I just want to reiterate that like if you're reaching new people, social is great. If you're engaging with current people for sales and nurturing, email is your winner 100%. But there's an ability there to do like a multi-channel strategy with both of them. I love that because they can complement each other very well. So
A big takeaway from this, if you're, confused on which one you should be using, I hope that we've helped clear that up. If you have any questions about, social media versus email, why you should be using one for anything, drop them in the comments. We really want to continue this conversation with you. We love interacting, not just, being on a video, but having a conversation. So go ahead and leave comments if you have questions. And if you want to become an email pro like us, grab the free guide in our bio and join our email list for more free tips. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one.
bye guys.
Bye.